I'm Qozo Medici. I'm in Brixton today at the Gentrification march. You know, like obviously I'm from Brixton and I've been here all my life, so I really had to come down there and support everyone in the community because it's a community I love. So follow me on a journey through Brixton today, through this march. Let's talk to the locals and find out what's going on.
I said, there is strength in numbers. UNIT, why that a unity? My brother and my sister, stand up and be counted. There is strength in numbers. UNIT, why that a unity? My brother and my sisters, stand up.
Like many people as I here today, I'm also concerned about this gentrification which is taking place. But what I think is crucially missing is that we don't seem to really have a strong, organized body within our community, in particularly of black people, which is leading this resistance. And as a result of this, what we're seeing is that everybody's coming along with their own kinds of agendas. And it seems to me that if we're talking about stopping the gentrification, we don't just have to be talking about saving Brixton, we have to be talking about saving our young people, which is under vicious assault by the police, who has been cleansing them a long time ago from the areas into the prisons.
People have got to start fighting back, the community's got to start fighting back. They're taking our homes. And if we went into their areas and took their homes away and said they had to go and live somewhere else, we're getting young mothers being sent up to Hull, Birmingham, places where they've got no support. We've got people being we've got 900 people on the Haygate estate removed from their homes, private developers coming in. I work with young people in the area. How are they going to live? Minimum wage? No way of renting accommodation. This whole thing, I mean, I'm not articulate, I'm sorry my friend, but it's breaking my heart what's happening to our community.
Boom, look at this right now. We're in Brixton. Look at the protesting that's going on. They're trying to take over. They're trying to kick us out. Listen, I live in East London, but my sister lives in Brixton. I've been coming here since I was 3 years old. They're not changing the thing. We're going to fight it all the way, and that's how it is. How are you going to take us out? How? Look at this road. Do you know how ironic this road is, yeah? Babylon. You remember Babylon? I was walking up this road just now feeling like Beefy. You can't stop that. No way. Done now. Yeah? Brixton. Don't change it.
We have to make our voice heard. You know, you know, whether the government, the Queen or who, the Prime Minister, we, the old one, have to put it at the youth them, that the youth them stand up and make the voice heard now. You know, because this thing is not just, it's for anyone. For everyone, yeah. Especially the youth them, because the youth of today is the man of tomorrow. Yeah. You know, sir? You see the youth them gonna take this thing tomorrow and carry it on because we're not gonna stay forever. So it's the youth them now, because the father say, youth man are call upon thee because they are strong. You know what I'm saying? So through the youth strong now, we have to take it on, you know. We are lead the way, open the gate, and from the open the gate, they are them come in and don't close it. They are them just manifest themselves and just go and do the thing, you know. Just go along to the work, man.
If you ain't got a root in Brixton, you're gonna lose your soul. So most of the blacks I know, they ain't got their roots no more because they kicked them out. They've kicked them out and like kicked them out so far out of Brixton that the roots is gone now. Like the other people are invading them roots and taking the shops and claiming Brixton. So I'm saying to people, you have to claim back what's yours. Yeah. Even if you have to go somewhere and come back in 5 years or something, come back and claim back Brixton. Because at the end of the day, I say to you, it's disgusting right now what's going on. Yeah. You understand? People are losing their shop. People have been here for like 10, maybe it was 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and now they're losing their shop. So me personally, housing. So me personally, you got to come up with a plan and come back for Brixton. It's getting taken over right now. And it's disgusting, bro.
It's beyond the community. It's the government. It's the council. It's the people who run these things. There's just got to be some limits. You can't be kicking out people who have been working in like the arches over here for years and just kick them out because, you know, now Brixton's become a bit too trendy. It's a shame. I'm worried about being too against it because places always change, innit? It has to change. But what I've seen here is just madness.
The Landlord Council don't care about us. They made so much money out of the people there. They don't care. Like they sold it to outsiders and poor ass people who got suffer. People out here who are homeless who can't even get a house properly. To all these newcomers here. all this, you look around, people can't get a house. Now it's all rich people coming in, and people moving out of places and that.
The area's got a lot of beautiful community spirit and things going on that's really powerful, and it's really sad how they're shutting down a lot of businesses that are actually my favourite businesses, the places where the customer service is the best and they have the best prices, the best like what you want to buy, and they're going to take that away and just make it exactly the businesses that I don't go to. And I live down the road in Brixton, so now I've got to, if they shut it down, get coffee where I don't necessarily want to get coffee from. And the same businesses that I don't want to support, I have no choice but to support. And I think that's one thing that is a very little part of it, but that's what I'm going to say at the moment.
Well, you know what's going on now. I got a lot of agreement with the people who are protesting about, because you know there's a movement going on now where many families who've been here for years are being like shifted out to the outskirts, all far as Coventry and all them kind of places there. Coventry in the suburbs, because London now, central London is money. You know what I'm saying? High rents, high value on the property, yeah? And this is what the people deal with. It's all about the money, yeah? Brixton ain't got no soul. And people walking around talking about they're living in Brixton and they're funky and they're cool and all this and that. And when they're coming in, it's the funky and the cool that they're coming looking for is going out. You know what I'm saying? And all they're going to be left with is their dry self.
I'm fed up with the way Brixton has been taken over by property developers, by middle class, sort of a middle class culture. Brixton, it feels like all the working class people, the Afro-Caribbean community, the working class white community is being shoved out, and I'm angry about it. There should be affordable housing, there should be social housing, and Network Rail really needs to look at their policy of evicting the local shopkeepers who've been in the area for 20, 30, 40 years, because we know that they're going to be replaced by higher rents and boutique shops. We don't want that in Brixton.
Basically, they're pushing out actually what this whole culture and people, and pushing people further and out, and that's fucking wrong. Like that shouldn't be allowed to happen. Like these streets, the streets that we're on now, like this used to be like people were squatted here, but they didn't actually they didn't cause no trouble. They didn't actually do anything wrong. Like it was a community, and they're people are trying to divide communities, and that shouldn't be allowed, man. They're just trying to divide us and push people out, and that's not fair, really, is it? Do you know what I mean? Trying to take out any culture that actually really exists. Like this place wouldn't be this place if it wasn't for the communities that are here that have made it. And now people can't even work, can't have a business, can't be themselves. We have to go somewhere else. We get pushed further and out to make way for what? Starbucks. Brixton has a Starbucks. What the fuck is that?
Hi, I'm Sugar, co-owner of Blacker Jacks alongside Blacker Dread, the great notorious Blacker Dread. Regentrification, as it's called, as it's known in Brixton. I think it's a mass cleansing operation, to be perfectly honest with you. And as a small local business struggling to survive, rents being astronomically placed, it really is pushing us out as a small businessman. And it'd be nice to see a bit of unification amongst our people, keeping things like this store open, keeping the market facilities open, enabling all young, all old, to communicate as we all have since the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, right up to the 2015. We're here, we're still here fighting for the streets.
We ain't coming for fighting. Yo, stand up for your rights, then. All colours, let's unite them. Yo, let's get stuck in and go all in. The momentum is so important. Rise up like the morning, down with the wind and the spirits now. Yo, I put life in this ghost town. To Babylon we never bow down. Liquor you put down the £4. Let's come together, make beer pounds.
From my personal point of view, I was brought up in Brixton. My family still lives here, I still live here. And it's been interesting to see the change. And out today, it's been a beautiful thing to see that the community is able to get together, all kind of type of people, all walks, all sizes, all cultures and faiths, to get together to just campaign and say that actually this is our Brixton and we don't want to move out and we won't move out and you can't force us to move out. And I've got a lot of friends that have had to move and been taken out of their homes and not even given places to move into because they need to shut down and rebuild so then they can sell them on to private housing. And I think it's a bit of a joke, to be honest.
So we're here to represent the Our Brixton Multi-Arts Community Campaign. So we've put ourselves together a lot of younger and older artists from the community who are coming together to discuss what's happening in the community and across London through art and to respond to it through art, you know what I mean? We're also interested in artistic activism and direct action. We recently had a lie-in outside Foxton's down the road. We all rolled down there with sleeping bags, pillows, quilts, and all, you know, slept outside. I slept inside. And the idea was to highlight displacement and the homelessness that comes as a result of the ongoing and widespread evictions in Brixton and throughout London. And I will say just quickly, bruv, that I think one of the reasons, in response to your earlier question, that there are so many people here today and it's so well attended is because these aren't issues and battles we just face in Brixton. These are battles we're facing across London, as you well know, you know, and not even London, across the UK. Exactly, and I think people are looking to Brixton to be at the forefront of this, you know, as someone said, gentrification war in London at the moment, because people at Brixton aren't afraid to say what we're thinking. We're not afraid to resist, and so that's what the Our Brixton campaign is about, you know.
Just to say that the day today has been absolutely amazing. Like, the people in the streets are coming together. You know, Brixton is about, it's not just about the negativity. There's a real strong community vibe in Brixton that it's had for years and years and years and years, and the proof is in the pudding. Like, you look out today and you see everyone is happy, they want to make a difference, and they want to preserve the character and the magic of Brixton. And you're right, it isn't just about this area, it's about, you know, people are tired of the social cleansing, the gentrification. They want to keep some things preserved, and I think, you know, this is an example of it, and it's been such a good day, and everyone holding hands, coming together. It's beautiful, it's a beautiful thing, and we need to do more of it, more of it.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful to see people out and making their voices known. But at the same time, I learned today, and some people have known this for some time, that whilst we're here protesting, there's a hotel being built at the back of Brixton, which is going to take up to 500 people. So the process of gentrification, it seems to me, is already very much on the way. So I'm not sure whether or not the protest here is sufficiently organised that it can actually address the council to address the issues of gentrification, because it seems to me, whilst we're protesting here, the gentrification is continuing on round the corner.
Well, I think it's a good thing we've stopped the traffic, because we let them know we're not having it. Enough is enough. They think they can walk all over anybody and get away with it. We have to stand up. We have to stand together. I don't know. I'm not in charge. Go and find out. Who's in charge? They shouldn't let the traffic through. They need to stay. You've got to make a stand. They don't listen to us when we do peaceful stuff. We have to make a stand. We have to inconvenience them. Then they will realise.
I have to come to Brixton because they claim say Brixton is bad. Brixton is not bad. It's the people who come in. They mash up Brixton, and when they said, oh, it's the black people. And the black people don't make no trouble. It's the police, right? It's the police. They are stopping the people them. No care who they are, what they are. They're going to stop them and search.
Sean Rigg, Cherry Groves and Ricky Bishop, all that died by the hands of Brixton police. And we put that there so that they don't remember our loved ones. We put that there so that they remember the things that they did to the people of Brixton back in the 70s and the 80s. A lot of our young black men were taken off the streets under the SUS law. They now call it stop and search. Taken, put into the mental health system via the police, injecting them, zombifying our young black men. They do it to their own as well, but it's overpopulated with young black men. Brixton now is the most populated part of this country that has the highest rate of mental health. This is the statistics. The highest rate of mental health in Britain is Brixton. So they brought them all here, and over half the deaths in police custody are young black men. So in my opinion, they're killing us as well. They're slowly killing us.
But look at the criminalisation, the lynchings, the murder in cold blood of African Americans in the United States today. And you will see every day, nearly certainly every week, the American police force shooting down, beating up, arresting and torturing African black men. There are more African Americans in prison than in university. 1 in 3, every young African American will be criminalized and sent to prison by the US system, by the US state, by the US war machine. It's a continuing war against African Americans in the United States today.
The event is very important and it's a good turnout, and I think it's important that everybody sticks together and shows unity, because the changes are affecting all of us. Doesn't matter whether you're unemployed, whether you've got a business, whether you're a family that's been here all of your lives. Like, everybody has to come together and share their experiences to make Brixton a better place, and not let people run us out of town and pretend that our problems are nothing. So that's what today's about, and it should happen today, next weekend, next month, until people start listening and take it seriously. Because it's not just Brixton it's happening at. It's happening in Notting Hill, it's happening in Stonebridge, it's happening in Camden, happening all over London. It's called ethnic cleansing. Same thing what happened in Brazil is happening in Brixton. People have to take notice. Okay? And unity, it's all about unity. It doesn't matter what. The youth and the elders. It's not about just focusing on the youth every minute. Oh, there's no jobs for the youth. What about the elders? The elders don't get no jobs. They don't get no education. They don't get no investment. They're getting run out of town, and people are dying because of the stress. Yeah, it's stress. My mum just died, yeah, because of the stress. In Lambeth Council and all of this bullshit is stressing people, bedroom tax, the whole thing, victimising people because they ain't got no money. Yeah, it's not the way. You don't treat, but that's not how you treat people. You want to go on big, nice holidays and have a nice time in the third world. Come back here now and there's problems over here, yeah? Sorry, I've had enough.
I just played a song over there at the stage, and it's an incredible atmosphere, really appreciative crowd, and very family friendly and all different cultures. I thought it was pretty amazing. I work in Hackney and I've seen the effects of gentrification. It's fantastic to see so many people coming out to fight against this this trend of gentrification.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. My name is Rashid Nix. I'm standing as the Green Party candidate in the 2015 May 7th general election. We stand in the seat of Dulwich and West Norwood, which goes from Brixton, Angel Town, right down to far as Crystal Palace and as far east as East Dulwich. I'm standing as the MP for this area because as a man who came off of this block, Summer Leighton Road, Guinness Trust, I see certain things happen that don't quite add up for me. And rather than complain about a situation, I said, "Cha, let me just put my head above the precipice and use some of the techniques that we got and go into the world of politics." It's been a rocky road, but it's all good. And one thing I will say about this little thing that's happening today in Brixton, this Reclaim Brixton thing. I'm not from Brixton. I'm originally from Peckham, but I crossed over to Brixton in the mid-1980s. So I was in the riots, mid-80s, and I remember certain things we was doing along Cole Harbour Lane, Gresham Road, Tulse Hill. And that was Brixton, man, that was doing the thing. To now see a group of people that are from outside of the neighbourhood coming in and talking about they're gonna reclaim Brixton, a lot of people are trying to hijack the name of Brixton. And so we have to be very, very careful of man's agendas. Peace. Remember, political education and community empowerment.
Yesterday was the 4th memorial for my mum. She died 4 years ago as a result of the injuries that she sustained back in '85. She was left paralyzed after she was shot, and she suffered for 26 years. And it took us 29 years to have an inquest where the truth was actually revealed, that there was 8 counts of failures by the Metropolitan Police. They had this information from the year that it happened, and they suppressed the information, and we was able to have an inquest after fighting for legal aid because they denied us legal aid to actually be represented in the inquest. We fought, we got 130,000 people signed that petition, and the legal aid decision was overturned. We had that inquest, the truth came out.
Brixton is being regenerated and built up off the back of our struggles, and we're the ones that are not benefiting from that. If it wasn't for us
standing up for our rights, if it wasn't for us and the uprisings that happened, Brixton wouldn't be what it is today, right? And it's sad that the people who rose up are not the people who are benefiting, or their children, right? Because sometimes you're doing things and you might be making a stand, and it's not necessarily for your benefit, it's for your children's benefit, it's for the next generation's benefit. So at least you can go to your grave resting, knowing that, okay, I know what I was fighting for and I know who's benefiting from it. But I feel like where we are today, the people who are benefiting are not the people who should be benefiting. So that's how I feel right now. So it's sad what's happening to the businesses, right? But this has been happening over a very long time, right? And it's about communities coming together, because if the businesses got together when the people were the subject of the injustice, right, and we all came together, then we could have made a change a very long time ago. But what's happening now, it's only when it affects you that you end up, you want to stand up, and then you want everybody to stand beside you because you're actually going through something. So I think there's lessons to be learned. You know, we've got to use empathy, and we've got to not wait until it lands on your doorstep before you stand up and do something. We've got to see these things happening from a mile away. And when you see something happening to somebody, like, who is it? I think it was Martin Luther King, who said, a justice anywhere is an injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere, right? So at the end of the day, you can't just say, just because it's not me, or it's not my colour skin, or it's not my culture, or it's not my area, that you're not going to say, you know what, I want to stand up for that because that's wrong. And if that was me, I wouldn't want that to happen to me. So.
Yeah, so basically we've been in Brixton today and had a lot of feedback, and I've definitely felt how the people in Brixton are feeling, you know, and they're very angry and they want change. And you know, I've talked to all different type of people, white people, black people, young people, old people, and they all feel the same, like they're not happy with what's going on in Brixton, and we need a change. We need a change. So hopefully after today things are moving the right way. We don't want the things to go wrong, we don't want no violence, we just want to do things the right way, and hopefully these people behind us hear our message.
Them want see me falling until me hungry and me crying and me bawling. The youth them in the ghetto, them no eat food for morning. Government no give a damn, but the little laughing. My people are suffer. It's appalling. Rich I get rich and stay fat and stay bald. Welcome to Brixton. Welcome to Brixton. Yeah. Action time done this darling. I said there is strength in numbers. UNITY, that a unity. My brother and my sister, stand up and be counted. There is strength in numbers. UNITY, that a unity. My brother and my sisters, stand up and be counted. My brother and my sisters, stand up and be counted. My brother and my sisters, stand up and be counted. My brother and my sisters, stand up and be counted. My brother and my sisters, stand up and be counted. Stand up and be counted.